Today we're making a truly divine dessert that my mom used to make when I was a kid. A while ago, Jan, my cousin, asked me to film this recipe and we did it! So let's get started. Cream base is the first thing to make. Whisk the egg, sugar, and cornstarch in a medium saucepan until the mixture is pale yellow, and then add the milk and vanilla extract. Stir constantly and slowly bring to simmer on medium heat. The mixture will thicken, and once simmer turns to boiling, remove from heat and put in the ice water bath to chill. Next step is making pâte choux, or the choux pastry. Combine the milk and water in a large saucepan, add the butter, season with salt and sugar, and let the butter melt in the milk on low heat. When there are no butter chunks left, stir in the flour with a wooden spoon until well combined. Don't turn off the heat. Continue mixing the dough and cook it on low heat for 1 minute so that the flour doesn't taste raw. Turn off the heat, transfer the dough into a large mixing bowl, and let it cool for a couple minutes. Break the eggs into a measuring jar and set aside. To help the dough cool down faster, mix it with the dough hooks on your mixer. You will see how the steam comes out of the dough. In about a couple minutes, it should be warm and you can stir in the eggs, one by one. Make sure each egg is perfectly incorporated before adding the next one. It may seem that after adding the egg, the pastry is not coming together very well, but go on mixing. 2-3 minutes later, it will get a homogeneous, sticky consistency we want. Your dough should drip from the spoon in the shape of sharp triangle. Set the oven to 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius to preheat while you form the eclairs. Take a pastry bag and insert a simple 8 mm round tip. Fold the tip and place the bag into a high mug or glass and start filling it with dough. On the baking tray lined with silicone mat or parchment paper, extrude rounds of about 1.5 inches in diameter, leaving equal size spaces in between as the pastry will get twice as big when baked. If you have sharp peaks on the pastry, tap them with your fingers dipped in water to flatten them and prevent from burning. Fill another pastry bag with dough and cut the bag's corner to have a very small hole of about 3 mm, or use the same size pastry tip. Extrude the pastry in the shape of digit 2 or letter S on the second baking tray lined as well. Send the tray with rounds to the oven for 25 minutes. While the eclairs bake, make the cream. Put room temperature butter into a mixing bowl and mix it with an electric mixer until it turns into a paste. Start adding the cream base, which we left cooling, spoon by spoon. Patience here is key. Don't rush to add large amounts of the cream base or all of it at once. Doing so will curdle the butter, but if that happens, don't panic. Just place the mixing bowl in the microwave for 10 seconds only and mix until it comes together again. Okay, the eclairs have baked. Look at them. They've turned into little puffy clouds. Now send the second tray to the oven for 10 minutes. Let the shells and S shapes completely cool on the cooling rack before assembling the swans. To make the swans, take an eclair shell and cut the cap of it so that you have the upper half and the bottom. Divide the upper half into 2 parts. This will be the swan's wings. Fill the bottom of the shell with cream and gently stick the wings into cream as if the swan has opened them. Then stick the S-shaped neck in front of the wings, and here it is! The first swan is ready! Isn't it pretty? Do the same with as many shells as many swans you want to have. And then dust the swans with ice and sugar. With the holidays approaching, this will give them a touch of snow. To make the presentation even more exciting, you can set a thin layer of blue jelly in a large open platter and place the swan eclairs on the jelly, turning it into a pool of swans. If you have kids, this presentation will turn into a swan show for them. Shake the platter and your swans will have a little funny dance your kids will surely appreciate. The only thing to keep in mind is that you will have to set the jelly pool a bit ahead. The good thing is that in a well-opened platter with only thin layer, it will set much faster. Put the platter in the fridge when it is warm, and this will accelerate the setting as well. I've used a store-bought berry jelly, followed the instructions, and all in all, it took about 2 hours from the moment I've dissolved the jelly in water until completely set. All ingredients and measurements are listed in the description below, so check them out. If you like this video, tell us so in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.